What you cooking, Dad?
We're gonna make what did I say?
Brisket tacos.
Brisket tacos. Yeah. What did I say? I just went blank. Huh? Hey everybody, welcome back. Something quick today. I guess it's not really that quick. It's brisket tacos. I'm not gonna make the brisket like normally. You know, like you would smoke it, marinate it 24 hours, put it in the smoker for 18. Nah, this is gonna be under an 8-hour cook. So we're gonna put these in the oven. It's not gonna be smoked. It's gonna be more like a braise, where we're just gonna put it in there, let it cook, let it soften up, because what we're really gonna do with this is gonna make the tacos. All right. So I'm just gonna trim this up. This is about 11 pounds. It's a prime cut, which is pretty good. A little more on the pricey side, but you know, as you get, you know, your quality, you figure out what you want to get. You know what I mean? For what you're gonna make. If you're gonna impress everybody, then you're gonna want to go with the Wagyu and all that. But this is just gonna be some tacos today. So I'm just gonna trim this up, remove a lot of this fat, and then what I'll probably do is I'll probably melt all this down, and just that way I'll have my own, basically like, you know, usable lard or whatever you want to call it. Tallow, I believe that's called. Okay, anyways, we'll be back in a little while. I'm going to trim this up, and then we're just going to season it up with salt, pepper, garlic, maybe some chopped onions, some cumin, some oregano, and some bay leaves, and then we're going to put it in the oven, you know, with a couple beers in there for the cooking liquid. It'll give it like a nice flavor, and it's going to come out really good. All right, so let me trim this up, and then we'll come back, season it up, pop it in the oven, and then we'll go from there.
Ooh.
All right, so we cleaned this up a little bit, removed a lot of the fat. It looks like a lot of fats and gristle and stuff like that. It doesn't need to look all pretty. I don't need to square it up and, you know, line it up and all that. Got the majority of the stuff that we didn't want on here. Leaving some in there, you know, it's got to give it some flavor. And we're gonna put a little quick rub on it. All right, so this is about a 1/4 cup of pepper, 1/4 cup of salt, 1/4 cup of garlic powder, and that's pretty much like we season our brisket. In here I got like 3-4 bay leaves. Actually, I can leave these out for now. I just throw them in the pot that we're going to use, because with the braising liquid it'll do all that. I've got 1/8 of a cup of Cumino, 1/8 of a cup of ground oregano, and the same with onions, the dried onions. Okay, and just kind of give it a little bit of a mix here. And since this is going to be for tacos and stuff like that, it's gonna have that flavoring. So I'm not going to put any brown sugar on it or anything like that. You know, this is Arizona. We don't really do a whole.
Tacos.
We don't like sweet tacos. All right, so we're just gonna cover all this up really nice. Put it heavy on there. All right, it's a big hunk of meat, so it's gonna take quite a bit. And then whatever's left over, I'll probably just use it for something else. I don't know, maybe a pot of beans or something like that. Get every cut of these.
Smells really good.
It smells good, huh, already?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's the oregano.
Yeah, that's the oregano, the Cumino. All right. This is all, you know, your flavors is what you like. You know, there's a lot of people that enjoy having, like, you know, the brown sugar or whatever in their brisket, liquid smoke, and they're gonna do all that. Like, nah, we're just using a good quality meat for tacos, because what? That's all we do is eat tacos, man. Life is taco, you know?
Yeah.
All right, see, so that's it right here. I'm gonna let it sit for about, I don't know, maybe about 45 minutes to an hour, and then it's just gonna, actually not even gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it straight in the thing. Let's see where's my, all right, so that's gonna go in here just like that. All right.
Shoo, ooh, it's all the seasonings.
I know, the seasonings, right? Just gonna throw all this back in here. All right. And then we remove basically roughly about 5 pounds of gristle and fat and some of those things. Okay. And that's just the stuff that we don't really want to eat. And We're gonna put 2 beers in here. Your favorite, whatever one you want to use. All right, we're gonna use that as the braising liquid. And then about 3.5 hours into the cook, we're gonna go ahead and check on it, see how it's doing, flip it over a couple times, and then maybe we'll see where it is as far as being tender. And we're gonna pop it in the oven at 350. It's gonna be like a high heat. We're not gonna cook it for like a real long time. So with a high heat, as long as we can cook it for like 2 or 3 hours above 220, all of that intramuscular fat and all that's gonna dissolve, gellify, same old stuff that it will do if you put it outside. So we're gonna pop it in the oven and come back 3 hours later and take a look at it, right? So now that we got that brisket cooking in the oven, I'm just gonna go ahead and get all these vegetables. I got some jalapenos, some tomatoes, onions, and some chiles de árbol, and I'm gonna throw them in the oven. Roast them out, almost like a salsa tatemada. So this is gonna be like, it's what would that go under? The broiled or tatemada would be like, I'm not sure the correct term for it, but it's kind of be like, cooked in the oven. What do you call it? Toasted, roasted. I guess the roasted vegetables, I guess that would be fall under. So we're gonna let that cook for about, until they get nice and blackened, and then we're just gonna make the salsa out of it. All right, so I got the chile out. This is the salsa we're gonna do. It's mostly jalapenos, the onions, the tomatoes, the chiles de árbol. I'll probably, I don't even worry about the garlic or anything like that. The tatemada, I guess it not really smoke. What do we call it? I'll get that out here. See, like I completely forgot what it was called. Huh? I guess it'd be like a roasted. Nice stuff.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay. A little bit of lemon juice. Acidity there. Like a little more than a pinch. Like about a quarter teaspoon, half a teaspoon maybe. A ver cómo va. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all it takes. All right. So now we got the salsa. We're gonna let that chill for a while. We're not even to the halfway point on this brisket, so we're just gonna continue to let that keep going, and we'll check on it then. All right, we're at about 3.5 hours, and we're just gonna take a look at it here, see where we're at. Actually, let me put this down here real quick. Nice stuff. All right, so yeah, we're about halfway through the cook, so it's only been 3 hours. I'm gonna give it a little flip here. All right. Yeah, see, and that's where you want to get it to where it's kind of pulling apart, and oh yeah, see, it's already starting to fall apart. So we'll probably give it another 2.5. Actually, we're gonna check it to 3 hours, and about 2 hours in, we'll go ahead and pop off the lid and kind of let it, maybe put a little crust on it and see how it goes with that.
I think you should do a crust.
I know, right? But not too much. It's because we're not smoking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is gonna end up more like it's a braise, and that's what we'll do. So, all right, you're back in about 2.5 hours. Okay, so we're at about 5.5 hours, and let's see what it looks like. All right, so there we are. That sucker looks done. So what we're gonna do is take a look at it. Oh, look how tender that is.
Looks really good, yeah.
That's just falling apart. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna let this, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it off, leave the lid off, and just kind of let it simmer down a little bit, cool down. We'll get it chopped up, serve it up as some tacos, and see what they look like. Right? So we're at about the 6 hour mark. We're gonna pull it out, and as you can see, it's done. All right, it's got that.
It's time.
It's got that little wiggle that brisket likes. So what we're gonna do is just gonna go ahead and put it on a table. We're gonna chop it up. Yeah. All right. Nice stuff. All right. So it's been sitting there for about half an hour, another half hour or so. And the stuff is just gonna be pulling apart. Look at that. Okay, that's your brisket. And of course, you cut it this way. Look at that, it's just all falling apart. So we don't have to really be fancy. We're just chopping it up, making tacos, man.
I do want that.
Go ahead, try it. You might need a little bit of salt.
It tastes like, yeah. I wanted that crunchy piece.
A little bit of salt.
Mm-hmm.
Nice stuff. So you're boom, boom, boom. Little cilantro. And this is just a regular, it's like a pico de gallo, but I chopped up a couple avocados in there. Boom, boom. Just like that. All right, I'm gonna plate up a couple of these and then we'll be back in just a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so here we are. And that'll be just a quick plate here. Still kind of early for everybody to get home. So we're able to knock this out in 6 hours, give or take about an hour, half an hour prep. And during the time, I made a little bit of a pico de gallo with a couple avocados in it. I think I chopped up like 4 jalapenos in there. So it's heat from this, the salsa tatemada, and let's throw a little bit of salsa on here. So we're gonna get a little bit of heat from the
both.
From the pico, and a little bit of heat from that too. Okay, so let's try it out.
I call this one.
Oh, that's good. I like the lemon kind of counters a little bit of the fattiness of the brisket. So that's our take on brisket tacos. With this here, brisket was not. I mean, the tacos are not like an afterthought. Like after you have your smoked brisket, everybody's all tired of sandwiches and all that, and it's like let's make tacos. No. This was brisket tacos. This was specifically made for the tacos. You can see how it's nice chopped up, real tender, real juicy. Try it out, see how you like it. And once again, thanks for coming along. Like, share, subscribe, ring that dinner bell button. You get notified every time that we put a video. It's been a while, and we need to start doing this a little bit more often, all right? This is Just Cooking. Thanks a lot for stopping by.